Hey, this is Joe Price. I just wanted to show you a new volunteer project we set up. This is involving Teamsters from the 1900 census. This is a really interesting group because there's a very common occupation, and then the automobile shows up, and all of these people lost their jobs. So we think of this as a form of occupation destruction. We really want to understand what impact that had on long run outcomes for these people, including lifespan. So let me show you how we'll be working on this together. Okay, so here's our normal volunteer sheet. You can see down here, task 4, Teamsters. We're going to click here on find a death date. And what we've done is we found some people. So everyone in this sheet is a Teamster, is listed as a Teamster in the 1900 census. So I can come put my name in and check out a few. So I'll just click on this link. And the first thing we're going to do is just do a hint for that person. And sometimes that hint will actually have the thing we need. It won't always, but it'll at least give us a little bit more information about the family. Okay, so here I'm looking at this link and this looks great. So I'm going to attach that record. And my focus person is Martin right here. Oh, and actually he's already got a death date, so that's great. So we won't need to do anything more for him, but anything we can do to make the tree better is always good. So I'm going to attach that record and then pivot and get that. Okay, and since our focus person already has a death date, then we are all done. So I'll just put a little 1 right there. Yeah, let's try another one. So again, here's going to be our focus person right here, George Dixon. Notice here we're attaching a census record. This looks great. You can see all the names lining up, the places lining up. So we'll attach that. Okay, because again, anytime we can use these records to improve the tree is going to be good. Okay, now we're going to take a look at his profile. And then what I do is I look over here on research helps, and actually there are no helps here. If there were, I'd hit show all, and I'd look to see if any of the research hints had a maybe some death info that we could use. Okay, so since that's not the case, I'm just going to do a quick little check over here on Ancestry. And notice here's my person, September 1876. I've got kind of 2 options. If I see a death record show up here, that'll be great. Let's take a look at this one right here. Let's open this. So you can see there's his dad, Dirk. There's his mom, Bertha. This is great. So I'm just going to copy the death date over here. Okay, and you can bring any other stuff you want to bring over. I'm going to get the death date and the place. And I'm also going to grab his birth date right there. That's awesome. Okay. And since I added that stuff in, let's just see if Family Search maybe can find this same Find a Grave record. It should pop up, you'd think, pretty easily. Okay. No, it is not. Okay, so that's too bad. But at least for the sake of this task, that is all we really want, is now we've got a death, some death info for him. Okay, let's just try one more together. Okay, so here's the record that we're going to attach. It looks like, someone had already attached the daughter. Okay, so let's finish attaching the other people. And then here's our focus person, Gustav. Okay, we've got a birth date for him, which is usually really helpful for finding a death record. And see, notice we have no possible matches right here. Here he is in 1910 in Winchester, 1920 Winchester, 1930 Winchester. So, so he was still alive in 1930. Let's see. I'm going to go for this one here. So again, if we can find a record that we know is our person, then these records that show up right here will be some possible hints that we can take a look at. Okay, so I'm not seeing any that have a death record. So the other thing we can also do is we can click down here where it says make a connection. Just hit find others. And let's take a look. Okay, so that's okay. So in that case, I did a lot of the easy things. I'm sure with a lot more research we could find it. But for now, we're going to focus on those that we can do pretty quickly. And so I'm going to still put a 1 right here. 1 just means I checked it. And then if there's any you don't do, you can just delete your name. Okay, so just really quick in terms of the steps, when you're on this sheet right here, just click on the Google Sheet, come in here, put your name in, and then click on the link. And then once you go to the link, do the hint, because that way we're doing some good, even if we can't find the death date. You can see there's Lebanon right in that record. Okay, you got Joel, which is his dad. So we're going to pull these up here. Okay, and there's his sibling, which is Mary. Perfect. So everyone's lining up really well. So we'll attach all those. And then let's just now, and then, so once we've attached the source, then we're going to go take a look at our person. And again, we're going to look right here, see if there's research helps. And if you hit this, you can actually look inside here and see that this record right here has a death. Now, we would have known that because Find a Grave would have that information. But in this case right here, we can attach the source and we're all, so those are kind of the main steps. And then, sometimes if I can't find anything on Family Search, I'll go take a look over on Ancestry. And to do that, I just click on Ancestry and it'll do all the searching for me. And then notice right here, this is great. If we hadn't found that Find a Grave, this is a public member tree that showed up here at the top. You can see there is his wife, Sarah, Joel, and Elizabeth. And now we actually have a death place. So let's drop that in there, which was the same place he was buried, but that's not always the case. Okay, great. Okay, well, thanks for helping with this project. We're kind of really excited to both make the tree better by finding death dates, but also like focusing on a sample that I think will have really high interest to people today. There's likely to be lots of people today who are going to have their occupations eliminated by AI or other technological advances. This isn't a new thing. This is something that's happened for a long time, and it's really interesting that the automobile wiped out all these Teamster jobs, and that maybe AI with self-driving cars might wipe out some of the jobs we have today that involve driving. So I think this will be kind of a neat discovery experience for people to look back into the past and learn about things going on today. So thanks for your help.